Hey there, online students. This is Dr. Buer. It's Monday, July the 10th. We are in the 9th week of classes for the summer term of 2023. Hope all of you are doing great. I want to apologize for being a little bit behind schedule. We have had, as you remember, some personal travel. We've also had a couple of big pastoral emergencies at the church where I'm an elder that have taken up a lot of time. God is good, and we're working through the issues, but it has taken a lot of bandwidth, and it's put me a little behind on some things. So I appreciate your patience, and I'm sorry to be out of touch, but should be on a more even keel from this point moving forward. So let's talk about what we've got going on this week in each of our classes. In NT 5103, we are in the middle of working on syntax of the noun, the theory, and that is going to be due this Wednesday. This is similar to what we did last week. You're basically getting familiar with Dr. Wallace's text. You can use it on the quiz, for example, and the goal is to be aware of the structure, of the basic categories of the argumentation, so that when we begin at the end of this week to move back into the study guides, you can go back to Dr. Wallace's text and mine it for the information you need to understand the grammatical questions and the import of the things we're studying about the noun. So this will feel very similar. We're just now focusing on the noun material as opposed to the verb. It'll feel very much the same, though, from what we did in the prior part of the course. In NT 5104, we're now in the self-paced module in which we're studying about how Ephesians works, how exegesis impacts our understanding. And you can see that it's basically walking through each of the chapters. But keep in mind that you have at the end of this module the first exegetical paper due. This is a big assignment. You've obviously done some work already. You've done the word study that you can put in it. You've done a validation problem. But remember to review what goes into these papers, because there's a fair bit. You have to do, for example, one more word study. You have to do another TC problem in addition to the one you did at the end of NT 5103, etc. If you've got questions about what goes in it, don't hesitate to let me know. But I would encourage you to be working on this seriously every day. It's a major assignment, and you'll need to put in daily work in order for it to come together in the time frame that we've got. In NT 5110, we're currently in the module on synoptic source form and redaction criticism. These are ways that the New Testament has been studied. The term criticism here doesn't mean necessarily anything negative. It means a critical way of querying the text and asking and answering questions about it. And the big thing is that at the end of this module, you have your research paper outline. Now, I want to mention a few things to you about this outline. This is truly meant to be only an outline. If you turn in sentence upon sentence upon sentence and start to write your paper, I'm going to count down, because it really needs to be just an outline. We need the scaffolding of the argument in place so that I can see how it works and give you some assessment. So please make sure that you read the tips on this assignment. It provides the major points. You need to use complete sentences for every point in the outline. Please hear me there. Every point needs to be a complete sentence. You should not use questions, for example. This is meant to set forth your argument. When you write the paper, if you want to use a question to be rhetorically powerful, to start a discussion, that's perfectly fine. But in the outline, the goal is to set out the argument. So you don't want to use anything like that. You want to set out the argument in complete sentences in a very clear fashion. And remember, don't start writing the paper. I need one sentence per outline. I need the points. I need the evidence. That's it. And then this will be the basis for you actually writing the paper as you move into the very next step. Contact me if you've got questions for this week. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I hope that all of you are doing well. Take care, and we'll see you online.